hello. I thought we could have a little catch up, talk about my current read and what I've been up to recently. I am reading Meridian at the moment by Grace Flahive. This one was recommended to me very recently when I went into my local Waterstones. One of the booksellers came up to me and said, we've got this book in, we were talking about how much you'd love it, we have to recommend it to you. So of course I bought it and I am now reading it. I am really enjoying it so far. It's very fun whilst also balancing the topic of life and death. It's following our main character Hannah, who lives in a retirement home and she has one day left to live. Not really sure of the details of that, but you just know that she is living her final day and she's choosing to have a party to celebrate her life and invite everybody that has been a part of that along the way. So you're getting that storyline, which is set in 2067. Yeah, 2067, so it's into the future. There's a little bit of a dystopic element to it as well, and we're getting a little bit of information about the future that this is set within. I have a lot of intriguing questions about that. I'm enjoying, well, not enjoying actually because it's quite terrifying, but it's interesting to see how this author's chosen to create that kind of a future. Also how realistic that future might actually be, which is I think what's really terrifying about it. But it's set between 1967 and then also from the 90s onwards, the 1990s onwards, when our main character is born, which I really found interesting as well because I'm born in 1995, our main character's born in 1990. So seeing the parallels of them experiencing things at around the same age as I was in the year that it was happening is really interesting, and seeing this path towards me being a similar age to the character in the years that everything's happening in the future as well. So it's quite an intriguing book from that perspective, from a personal side of things as well, which I didn't expect from it. So really liking that side of it. The balance of talking about the fact that this is our main character's final day on Earth as well. It's really interestingly approached because it doesn't feel like it's sad. It feels like it's hopeful and a celebration of life and love. And there's so many fantastic characters being brought into it, but I feel like it is going to be sad because I'm getting to know these characters and I'm getting to know our main character through the history of her life. I'm going to have a really good idea of who she is by the end of this book, and then I assume I'm going to have to say goodbye to her, and I just feel like it's going to be really, really sad. In general, I find it a really interesting concept thinking about the subject of this book in the sense of if you knew you had a specific amount of time, what would you do with that time? I find that a really interesting conversational topic. One of the films I love is Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Earth? I never remember which way around it is. That film, Keira Knightley, Steve Carell, fantastic film. They know that basically a meteor is coming for Earth and everybody is going to die, and they're choosing what they do with their final time. And this has kind of got that concept of what would you do if you knew exactly how long you had left. And yeah, the argument is always going to be, you know, live every day like it's your last and make the most of everything, but it's also looking at things that take that in a realistic way as well, and, you know, with the means that are available to you, what can you do? And I think this is really interesting, and it makes me think so much around that kind of conversational topic, but also this is very funny. Like, the first page alone had me laughing out loud several times. It's set in a retirement resort, and initially it describes what some of the residents are doing. So this is literally on the first page. It says, some residents were roiling with orgasm, while others were 15 minutes beyond, licking the orange-sated dust of post-coital Cheetos from their fingertips. Some residents were waxing, others ruminating, some stricken by grief and others by IBS. One woman drank her coffee at the window, a bit of loose boob hanging from her robe. Diarrhea threatened at the fringe, adding an element of danger. It's just balancing that humour with the serious conversational topic so well. So I'm having a really good time with this. I'm really interested by this. It feels quite different to anything else I have on my shelves at the moment, so I'm really liking the direction that this is going in. Also, I really, really like the cover for this. It's got a good vibe about it. Yesterday, I went to the theatre in Bristol Hippodrome. Thank you so much for the invite, Bristol Hippodrome, to see 222 A Ghost Story, which was so good. It's a very intense 2-hour ghost story play, and it was really well done. I thought the staging was excellent. It was really simple. It has for most of the play, it has 4 cast members, and just it was done in a really cool way. So that was really awesome. Went to see that last night. I went flower picking, as you saw at the start of this vlog. That was lovely. I've never done that before. I've done pumpkin picking. I've never done flower picking. And it was absolutely lovely to do that, and felt like, I mean, we're still fully within the summer. It's been really hot for the last week and a bit. We've been in the middle of a heat wave again, but it felt like a nice kind of round off of the summer as well, even though we literally do still have like just under a month. I don't even know what the day is. We have about a month. We have about a month left of summer, but I love summer. I love summer. I love the sun. I love feeling the sun's warmth on my skin. I love being able to go out and explore places when it's nice weather outside, but I don't love it when it's the heat waves, when it's like literally so hot. My flat gets ridiculously hot, like it's so uncomfortable to sleep. I'm on a top floor flat, I get everyone else's heat in the summer but not in the winter, which makes no sense to me, but you know, it just gets really hot. So I love the summer, but I don't love the heat waves, and I wish I had a garden so desperately, or just a house that had good ventilation. If we're wishing for things, I'd also like something that had better insulation for the winter, but you know, whatever. And I actually find myself this year, I'm quite excited for autumn. For the last few years, I've kind of held on to summer for as long as possible. I do also love autumn. I love spring, summer and autumn. Don't love winter as much. I don't mind the latter part of the year winter, but the start of the year winter, like the January to March period, I find really difficult mentally because it's dark evenings, it's gloomy, I, you know, just feel like I'm spending more time inside. It doesn't make me feel like I'm thriving quite as much, but the other seasons, yes, good. And this year, I am finding myself back in that feeling of being excited for autumn, which is a nice feeling to have. So anyway, I'm just rambling, I'm just chatting, but hi, how's everyone doing? Let me know which season your favourite is in the comments, because I'm always interested to know what different things people love about the seasons, because I think then there's always ways to appreciate new things when you see what someone else loves about a specific season. Like for me, autumn feels really cozy, and I know it does for so many people, but it comes hand in hand with Halloween, with spooky season for books, the beautiful landscapes, the crisp orange browns, the colours, everything about it is just really gorgeous, and that's what I'm really excited about. Whereas summer for me, it's the blue skies, it's the sun, it's the warmth of it, cutting the line off there at the heat waves, but you know, it's the nicest and the warmth. And then I like spring for its kind of new beginning kind of feel, and the excitement that you know summer is coming after what always feels like a very long winter period. And then, you know, Christmas, winter, I'll give Christmas to winter. I like it for that reason. I like the coziness you can get in the colder months. It is nice. It just gets so cold in my flat. Anyway, I'm done talking your ear off now. We shall catch up in a little bit. I'm just about to do a Twitch stream for Tiny Bookshop. I'm obsessed with this game so much. If you haven't played it yet, you basically get to be this little van thing. Hang on, there we go. You get to own and run this little van, which is a bookshop, and you get to stock it with books and recommend books, and it's like actual real books as well. It's so cute. I play it on Switch, but I think it's also on PC and Mac as well. I think I have recovered from Saturday now, from Reading Festival. That was such a fun but exhausting day. It's now Monday, Bank Holiday Monday. Oh my gosh, the festival was so good. It was so good. We saw Bring Me the Horizon, Limp Bizkit, which was awesome. We were really close to the front for Limp Bizkit. We were in like the second stage, the second tier back. Didn't expect to be that close forward necessarily, but we just kind of ended up weaving our way in there and staying, and that was awesome. So we saw Limp Bizkit. We saw Enter Shikari, Royal Otis, who brought out Sophie Ellis-Bextor with them, which was really good fun to sing Murder on the Dance Floor, and Good Neighbours as well. Becky Hill, Example. It was so good. It was such a good time. So I'm still like buzzing from that, but I do feel my body feels a little bit more recovered today than it did yesterday. But I did get a little bit of reading in yesterday, so I wanted to give you some updates on Palm Meridian. I am deeply worried about this book breaking me, because obviously we know we're heading towards Hannah, our main character's last day. Like this is her last day in the book, and we're getting more and more context to her life throughout the pages of the book, and also more and more context to her relationship with Sophie, who is very much the love of her life and someone that she is really hoping turns up to the party that's celebrating her life on her last day. Oh my god, I hope Sophie turns up. I think Sophie will turn up, but we're getting more and more context to her relationship with Sophie, and it's just I need these two to be able to have their final little moment together, and just everything about this is so sad. You just know that there is this outcome that is coming for this character, and it's just having this party as this celebration of her life is a really interesting way to show the grieving mourning process before it's even begun in this book. And you're seeing so many different characters interact with her and take this differently, and some people are just kind of behaving business as normal, some people are a lot sadder, some people are really looking back on the memories and things, and it's just so emotional, and it just really makes you think about what is important. And I think that's what I wanted to get out of this book, is I wanted it to be one of those books that kind of reminds you of the value and the importance of those big things in life, and you can see that in the chapters that are going into the past and what those chapters are looking at. And it's the memories, the moments, the trips, the time with people, the big achievements, the big wins, and it's those kind of things that at the end of it all are being looked back on to show us pieces of Hannah's life being knitted together. It's gonna just break me, isn't it? It really is. I have like this much left, so hang on, wait, where's my bookmark? That much left, so the breaking is imminent. I literally just finished this book. Oh god, okay. I'm in the raw emotional stage still of finishing this. That was a beautiful reading experience, and just what a way to teach you to value your life. An immensely sad book, but also a very happy book, and a very nostalgic book for moments of your life. And a book about just enjoying things and not having those regrets, and the love of the people around you. It was really good. I think that this is probably like a 4.5 stars for me. I'm just going to sit on the emotion from this for a little bit. I'm actually going to an author event for this week, so I get to thank the author in person. Oh, the sun. I get to thank the author in person for giving me emotional damage. So you've got Pikachu's ear in the shot. I can't find a good place to film at this time of day. Oh, see? I'm just like in the beam of the shadow. Anyway, also I look great because I've just been crying at the end of this book, but I've also been out all day, so it's a real nice combination. Hi. Oh, anyway, that was great. That was great. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.